Okay, we're just going to walk through some of the features of Elevate. The first thing we're looking at here, we've logged in as an employer. And what I'm looking at here is a project called the Government Demo, and underneath here we have vacancies. These are all ones we've created earlier. So I'm just going to enter into one of these vacancies, and just to show you how this was created, just want to run through a few steps here, which is quite simple. This is a job description underneath here. It just gets pasted into this box, and you follow this set of steps along the top here. Continue. This applies the job to a talent pool. So we're talking about private talent pools, communities of people that can do work for you. In this instance, we've got the Elevate Open Market, which is more than 100,000 people. We have a large government talent pool, and you can create private talent pools, private communities of as many people as you want. Just going to skip through these. Location, that's where the job is. Skills gets extracted from the job description itself. It's a big machine learning algorithm behind the application, which makes sense of all that for you, so you don't have to do anything. Rates is interesting. This predicts what you need to pay. We have rate information for every single person in the system. So the system actually generates a set of boundaries between which we think you're going to hire that person for. Details, how long is it for, how many positions, basic stuff. Forms and documents allows you to upload certain other documentation that you might need. Could be a passport copy or a certificate. Once that is done, we publish the job. Every job that exists within Elevate has an external facing job page, which looks like this, with a unique URL. So you can link that to corporate pages, you could link it to your LinkedIn profile, etc., etc. So what we're looking at now, I'm just going to go here where we go view applicants. So we're looking at people who have applied to the job. Now, applicants come in through two different routes. They come in through recommendations. And what I'm going to just do is jump over to another part of the system here. Now, what this is the admin end of the system. It's the back end of the system. And you see recommendations. So the system, when the job is created, it goes to the talent pool and it finds people that can do the job. Here's one I created earlier. It's a test user. Now, the applicant will receive a notification generally on their phone, which looks like this. So it's a view of the job, tends to be mobile optimized, and it gives the applicant a view of the role itself, and it allows them to apply with one click. So here, for example, if that applicant was going to apply, they would hit that apply now button. Now, I happen to have the applicant's profile view open, and what I thought I'd show you is how it looks from the applicant's point of view. So if I'm looking at it on my desktop, this is a job recommended for me based on my past work experience. I can see the job description underneath. And if I'm interested, what I can do is just hit this apply now button. And there's a couple of questions there. I'm a citizen of the UK. Continue on from there. So now I've applied for this role. If we go back to the employer view and I hit refresh on this page here, we should see my applicant number here change from 8 up to 9. So there we go. And if I scroll down here, what we can do is we can interrogate the applicants, the view that we have of them at the moment. So let's have a look. We've got here, okay, so we've got 9 applicants. This top one that we've just pushed through happens to be the highest scoring one. You can see the scores over here. Company match dictates where the person has worked, whether it's a similar fit to the organization that I am, and the skills match is whether or not they have the right skills for the job. If we look at the profile of the person here, this is the extracted view. We can see it's very clean and clear as to where they've worked, how long they've worked there for, the skills that they've gathered at each of those work experiences. So in this example here, we've got someone who's worked at the Department for Work and Pensions, Computer Centre, Borough of Camden, Serco, etc. So all of these companies here are very clean. They combine to give us a view, a machine learning view of whether or not the person is suitable for the organisation. You can change the level of organisation at each vacancy level as well. So the system is able to learn off your user behaviour. So let's say we like the look of Dan GovTest. I think he's interesting. We're going to shortlist him. So I hit shortlist from an employer's point of view, and then I move over to the shortlist for the application here. So I've got 3 people on my shortlist. At this stage, I may wish to do something simple like send them a message. I've got further functionality here, which actually gives me even further detail into where they've used the particular skills. If I looked at that particular skill there, this shows me, this extracts it from the work experience and allows us to see it in some sort of detail what they've used it. Review is a notes feature, so it allows you to make notes. Conversations is a collaborative messaging feature between the person looking for work, the person finding them, such as the hiring manager. It could be the service rep, could be the MSP in between. So let's say I'm interested in Dan and I want to start a conversation with him. I'm just going to hit that button now and type a message in here. Hi, Dan. Can you come for an interview, whatever it might be? Send that off, and that's going to push message notification through to the person's phone generally. That's how the interactions happen. Tasks, questions that thing need to be doing, sort of clarifications as forms, as we've talked about before, documents, and you can make your offers through the system as well. So that's a bit about the actual workflow of the system. One of the outputs that we get from having data in this kind of structured manner is that we're able to interrogate the data that sits within the talent pool in a fairly sort of rich fashion. So what we're looking at here, just as a last part for analytics, is we have a view of all the people that work within our talent pool. So in this instance, this example is 87,000 people. I can see there's 51,000 professionals. As we stretch out from the circle center, I can see it's 28,000 IT professionals. Going deeper, software developers further, and then the final ring shows me in some depth over on the right hand side the job titles of those people and also the top 20 skills that those people have within the talent pool. So this is a natural product of having your data structured in such a manner. So by creating a talent pool, you're going to give yourself a much better view of your skills and experiences that you have within either the external population that want to work for you or indeed your internal workforce population. So it could be used for both. There's lots we can do with it. This is where it's at today. So hopefully that's enough. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen now. Thank you.